and he's in my office. And I said, "What monsters?" And he said, "The monsters lurking under the bed, in the closet, in the basement, and in the attic." And I said, "What are you talking about?" He had done a study on kids who are afraid of monsters. Now, I'm going to do a show of hands, and I want you to be honest here because I'm all about honesty, transparency. Raise your hand if when you were little, you believed there was a monster either under your bed, in the closet, in the basement, in the attic. Be honest. Okay, the rest of you who haven't raised your hand are lying, and I'll tell you why. Because Disney did a survey, and about 85% of all parents admitted that at one point in their time, they were afraid of the boogeyman. And his idea was to create this opportunity, which was a monster spray, but not any monster spray. It was a monster bashing spray. It's called the Monster Bash. He also had something that looked like kryptonite, and I guess that kept the monsters away once you spray them. And he assumed monsters read, so he also had signs warning the monsters. Now, I've been doing business development for a long time. And I have an analytical mind, and I have 3 boys, 11, 7, and 5. I am a practical mom. What did I start saying to him? First of all, why do you have to bash the monsters? Why can't you just let them go? And there are really no monsters. And how can I tell my kids that there are monsters? Also, if I believe there are monsters, and you go ahead and I spray them, what if I run out of spray? Will they come back bigger and scarier? What if I spray my house, but I go to Grandma's house? Will they follow us? I had all these questions because I couldn't buy into any reasonable parent that would spend any money on a ridiculous product for monsters that don't exist. And I was the fool. This is the real inventor. This is the real inventor on Dragon's Den, which is the equivalent of Shark Tank for Canada. This is the real inventor who got a deal for equivalent of Walgreens. Why? Because parents wanted to solve a problem. They wanted their kids to go to bed at night, and I wasn't the right customer. And that lesson taught me that from now on, I never, ever, ever judge an idea until I talk to the customers, because I never know where that idea is going to go. Okay, real quickly, I want to cover resources and open up for questions. I told you about SBIR, STTR. You can go online, zyn.com. I'll tell you where the numbers are. Phase 1 on innovation, 11 agencies. They give you $150,000 for feasibility. This is a grant that you don't have to repay back to prove whether your idea is feasible. Phase 2 is up to $1 million over 2 years. This is not something where it has to be NASA. It is technology driven, but I have seen a lot of solutions, everything from apps to help kids with autism learn better. I've seen it from how to solve the problem of people texting. I know nobody here texts while they drive, but for some reason the government thinks it's a problem. I've seen things around healthcare issues. It's a phenomenal program. I urge you to at least go and be aware of it. Pro bono program. I work very closely with U.S. Patent Office. If you're looking at filing something and you need patent protection, you're not going to get anything cheaper than $10,000 from a typical attorney for utility patent. You want to look at the patent pro bono program. This is a program that the government came up with to say we are sick and tired of great ideas going nowhere because people can't afford to file their patents. It is a qualifying based on income, but if you get into the program, the entire cost for filing, prosecuting, setting up your patent is free, except for the actual patent fee to the patent office, which is going to cost you about $400 as a small business entity. Okay? Partnering with universities. I work for a college. I will tell you right now, universities are dying to have businesses work with them for free services. You can get services from marketing, engineering, business, technology. I'm launching right now a cybersecurity program, and all of this allows companies to grow. Go to your local colleges, find out what programs are out there, see if you can leverage that. That's part of hustling. I have an entire presentation on free money. I can't get into it, but I'll tell you really quickly. One of my favorite is the IDA. It's a match savings grant. You can go online, just look up IDA, Individual Development Account is what it's called. There are different matches. The one I know about is what's called a 3-to-1 match. Every dollar you put into a secured bank account, you will be matched 3-to-1. You put in 1,000, you get 3,000. You put in 2,000, you get 6,000. That money is a grant that you can use to build your business. It's an incredible program. So it's something for you to just look at if you're not aware. And the last one is licensing. I'm all about building companies, but sometimes when you're building new projects or new products, you don't necessarily have to do all the manufacturing and run a company. You can license it. And so that's another place that I really, really think is invaluable when you're thinking about bringing something to the market. Okay, what do? I do this every day. I have the greatest job in the world. All I do every day is work with businesses. Part of the Small Business Development Center is through SBA. We are mandated to offer free counseling. We cannot charge, but we are not free. The government pays for our time. Everybody's on salary. There's no volunteers. So you're getting high quality advising, but the government and the state and the community pay for the time. Everything from finance, marketing, technology. Just to give you a level of how many counselors we're dealing with, we have just in Oregon alone 70 paid counselors that help our clients. Last year we served 6,000 businesses and we infused $30 million into the economy. I'm going to open up for questions.
Go up to the mic. Do you have your slide deck available?
I do have a slide deck available. I'm happy to send it over. Yeah. Yes.
Just repeat the question.
Oh, sorry.
That was fine. That
Yeah,
was fine.
sorry. Yeah. Any other questions?
How do I get in touch with the local SBDA?
Okay, so local SBDC, that's a great question. I will give contact over to Upton. My name is Kedma, so you can just key in Kedma, you'll find me. If you find another Kedma besides me, run. But I'm pretty easy to find. I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Twitter, on Facebook, and then Emily?
How much does the profile cost?
How much is what?
The profile?
Oh yeah, so all the services I put on there, so the profile, the personality assessment, everything is free. Any of the counseling is free. That is complimentary. So if you're looking at creating an idea, not sure, that personality assessment is all free to you. There's no cost for that. Okay.
So I've read that with lots of personality assessment tools,
Yes.
what happens is that it's very based on day-to-day basis, like Myers-Briggs, right?
Yeah.
One day you maybe pissed off at somebody else and
Yes.
you show up with different
Yes.
results. What is that based on, and why do you trust it as one of the things that would determine the person's outcome?
I'm going to have Emily, she's an expert in the PFA, so she is my counterpart. You want to speak to that?
Yeah.
Here.
Repeat the question.
Repeat. The question was,
Don't look too far outside.
oh, I forgot I'm in a cage. They kept me in a cage. I told them I hate that. Come over here.
Okay.
And the question was,
So if I heard correctly, basically, how is this assessment, this profile, how is this profile different than Myers-Briggs, etc.?
Why you trust it? Because of
Yeah.
lots of different tools,
Right.
the results may vary depending on the person's
Excellent
day-to-day operation, rather than just like this overall beingness.
Yeah, excellent question. So this was created by a behavioral psychologist in psychometric profiling, which is similar, I'm sure that a behavioral psychologist created Myers-Briggs. What's unique about this specific profile is it measures values and motives. If you want to know how someone is going to perform, you find out what they value. That is an indicator of performance. When we can align our actions in our personal life or in our professional life with our values that are internal to us and not externally projected on what we should value, but really what drives us, what gets us out of bed in the morning, that is an indicator of performance. So statistically, I will tell you that when it comes to specialty franchises in the FranFit program that Kedma mentioned, those that take this profile are matched to businesses. And of those people, 91% of them are still in business after 2 years. 85% of them are still in business after 5 years, and 15% of those became the single top performer in their business system. So statistically, by taking this profile and using it to match you to a business, the people that have done so are finding a lot of success.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes?
How competitive is that 1 to 3 grant rate?
How competitive? That's a great question. So if you go online and look at the individual development account, there are, it's actually a federal program, and there are many, many programs. It is obviously very competitive, but it's income-based. So I know for a fact, Mercy Corps Northwest and Tupton, I know you've worked with Mercy Corps Northwest. If you are here locally, they have an IDA program. My understanding is they still have some openings. It revolves every year, but it's based on federal dollars, so the match is coming in. I would tell you to really look at that as a first option. I like to get free money first, and then second, I like to find other people's money to use. So free money first is the grant. I would encourage you to just go online and see. It's not as competitive as we think. It's more about people don't know about the secret. Okay? Yeah, any other questions? Did I miss someone? Hi.
I'm just curious, you did talk about how you have more information regarding, free money.
Yes, I do.
Where is that?
I mean, so I teach, yeah, exactly. It's in my brain, that's the problem. And I've studied how to find free money and low-cost resources over a decade because of what happened when I first went to get lending. And I would say that definitely get in contact with me. I do a class, it's $60, really, really a low-cost class, where we spend an entire couple of hours just on all the resources available. I've termed something called target funding. People understand what target marketing is. Target marketing is when you really focus on the market. Nobody in the financial institutions do what's called target funding, which is basically identifying the right variables and actually targeting the right finance for that, and that's what I focus on. So I'm happy anybody who's interested to just really get in touch with me, and I can kind of get you some more information. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah?
Can I ask a question to the audience?
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, how many of you would be willing or are interested in spending about 20 minutes to complete an online profile?
Oh, awesome.
Okay. So Kedma and I have talked about, tell them your experience with taking this.
Oh, I forgot to tell you about that. Yeah, so I'm a very, how can I say this? I love life, and I believe everyone, but I want to verify. I'm all about verification and analysis. So I did exactly, what's your name? Gedrus, oh, I love that name. I had your attitude. I'm like, what's so great about this? I don't believe you. In fact, I said, I'm not even interested in talking about whatever you're selling until you put me through this assessment. And I got that assessment back, and I swear to you, I was fuming for 3 days. Why? Because they freaking nailed me. I'm like, I can't believe it. I can't believe they know how I think. I can't believe they know my decision making. And I just was so frustrated that they had nailed me and understood me without knowing me. And that's why I really got sold. Because I don't ever sell anything that I haven't gone through. I'm like one of those obnoxious people that have to test all products to actually promote them. I'm the kind of the same way with assessments. So.
And by the way, when Kedma said earlier that she doesn't like to be told no,
Yes.
I know that about Kedma because I read her assessment, and I've told her no. And when I did it, this was like 2 weeks ago, she looks at me, "Are you telling me no?" And I just sat there. Yes. Anyway, if you're interested in accessing this resource, Kedma and I have actually talked about doing kind of an exclusive unpacking the PFA. The assessment's called the PFA. So if you are interested, I will talk to the organizers, and maybe what we can do is have kind of just for stages, attendees only, give you access to the PFA, but have kind of an exclusive unpacking it where I can facilitate a deep dive so you can really get a deep understanding of the findings and how to actually apply them.
Awesome, okay.